much of the water systems or the river systems of Manchester flows underground. And because of the fact now that we're talking about the reality that there exists also the seismic or the tectonic control in the form of earthquakes or fault zones, it means therefore that where the water will flow is not uniform. It means therefore that when you think about the general landscape of Manchester or where certain areas of Manchester will flood inland, that is, we have to look at it from an angle of observing as well how the actual terrain sets itself, because that gives us geo people the cue in terms of knowing how to identify relatively flood risk areas. To it, you go on your Google map, you basically select the feature of terrain. When you select the feature of Google Terrain, you can just pinpoint it over uh, Manchester Parish. And when you pinpoint over the Manchester Parish, what you should be able to see is basically, yes, green areas, you should be able to see gray areas, and you should also see some areas where you can see blue. Long story short, the blue areas then, that's the area where water is. Now, in where you may see Williamsfield, like a little bit to the northwest of Williamsfield, there is a nice little blue section there. So, and that's like a nice little bauxitic lake here. All right. And near to that bauxitic lake area, there exists the parish, or not a parish, sorry, a community of Content. Now, Content pretty much sits somewhat like it's in a basin relative to where that lake is, right? And relative to the Content area to the right, or moving to the southeast or east southeast, we also would notice that there exists like some depressions. Like I'm gonna call it depression because you suppose you can see where it's like it just dropped down, it just benched down, right? And that is where you're going into the communities of Porous, as an example.